All right. So this is an update video on Megan. She is in the hospital at the moment as we speak. We tried to bring her home yesterday, but it was a very interesting thing that happens, and I think I don't know. I guess this is what happens when you get a bunch of people praying for her. So she was in there she's been in there since Sunday. They gave her medicine and successfully, she's no longer dilated. The heart contractions stopped, and they did the process with her that they wanted her to do, and she wasn't having contractions. And so yesterday we were told that she was ready to go home, and we went there to bring her home. Me and Seth went to do that. And so we got there and she was good. As we were starting the process of the checkout and the paperwork to actually let her come out of the hospital, she started having some contractions, which wasn't abnormal. She still has some contractions and stuff when she has to stand up and she's doing anything basically other than laying down at the moment. So they kind of started while we were doing some paperwork. As we were there waiting to get in the car, Megan came to the conclusion that she was having contractions again, and they were significantly stronger than they were on Sunday of when we came in initially, and they were only 2 minutes apart. And we were told, we had asked the doctor before we left, when do we need to come back in? How do we know if we need to come back? And said, well, if you start having significant contractions. And there we were standing in the hospital ready to go home, and she was having significant contractions. And because of that, we figured if we go home right now, we're probably going to come back later this evening in an ambulance because she's going to be going into labor. So we did the only thing that we could do. Instead of going out to the car, we went back to the registration office and we told them what was going on. They examined her, and she wasn't dilated any, but with the strong contractions that were both visible and you could easily tell, they readmitted her. So we weren't sure how long that was going to be. We put her back in for the night just to see how that was going. So she stayed there overnight, and she got looked at this morning to see how she was doing. And the contractions really didn't continue the way that they were, so it wasn't like she was actually going into labor last night. But she does have high blood pressure this morning, which is a concern because it could cause preeclampsia. And seizures and stuff is a big concern if her blood pressure gets too high. So the doctor decided after looking at her this morning that she needed to actually stay until Monday. So she is going to stay there until Monday. We're doing okay. We miss her. The good thing is that since she went out of the hospital and she came back in, she got a different room. So she's actually in a room that's nicer now. She, instead of having 2 roommates, she only has 1. And she, instead of sharing a bathroom and a shower with 12 other women, she has a more private bathroom that just her and her roommate share. So she's actually a whole lot more comfortable there. She doesn't have to get shots for medicine anymore. She doesn't have an IV in. So she's actually more comfortable that way right now. And I guess it's good. She's not regularly receiving medication other than for her blood pressure at the moment. And if something does go wrong, then she's going to be there, and they'll be able to take care of it immediately. So the way that we figure is that with the timing of it, everyone's been praying for her. We believe it's just God made it so that she stayed in the hospital, even though it didn't make sense to us at the time. He's having her there. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. She's healthy. She's fine. The girls and I have started to find a routine to be able to do basic life stuff without having mommy around all the time at the moment. Although we miss her dearly, and we hopefully are going to go visit her a little bit later today. They're having fun, and we have some really, really great help and people whom we have been helping take care of them, and especially while I was gone most of yesterday, going through the long process of discharging Megan and then readmitting her in the same afternoon. So we are good. If you can just continue to pray that God would make things happen the way that they need to, especially give the doctors wisdom. Sometimes the communication is still hard with the language barrier there at the hospital. Pray for these little girls' hearts who don't totally understand what's going on, but that God would give them the grace to be able to go through this, even though their mommy isn't close by, and they're good. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to describe. But thank you everyone for praying. I truly believe that Megan is doing as well as she is because so many people are lifting her up, and that her and the baby haven't been in imminent danger, and that they're being taken care of. So God's timing is the best for all of this. So that is what is going on. As soon as we get another significant update, I'm going to try to keep funneling information. This is a day-by-day thing now. She's going to be there until Monday. We don't know what's going to happen between now and then. We don't know. And we don't know for certain if Monday, if she's actually going to be able to come home at this point. We're not going to make any assumptions. But God is definitely showing his grace through all of this and showing how he can be sufficient. And he's answering prayers, and it's very visible. So again, thank you to everybody. So that's it for now. So say bye, girls. Can you say bye?
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Say bye, Addie.
Bye.
All right, thank you.